Go ahead.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Well, no problem. Again, my name's Doug Boes. It's good to be here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the title, red flag warning. And a good example is the weather today. Very windy, very dry, wildfires popping up all over the state. I read somewhere that Austin is probably one of the top 5 major cities that's ready for the conflagration. And so today, my main point is not to give you too much overwhelming information about certain things. We'll go over a lot of that. But to motivate you to take action. And whether that's preparing to evacuate or to actually paying attention to the weather forecasts, having some work done on your home or where you live, the action needs to be taken and taken seriously. So that's the main goal today. One of the things I like to do when I've been teaching over the years, fire department, I like to go over the history a little bit because we can learn a lot from history. And if we don't do that, we're prone to make the same mistakes or to not recognize when danger is upon us. A real good example is my brother-in-law and his family lived in Beaumont for years. They moved, got transferred to New Orleans. So they were used to being ready for hurricanes. So they had their kits lined up. They had their suitcases always packed. They had everything lined up. He worked for the Gulf States Electric Department, so he knew exactly the problems with hurricanes and power outages and whatnot. So anytime there was one coming close, they would evacuate, come back to Austin, spend a few days, and then they said, oh, it was false alarm or it wasn't as bad, and they'd go back. The worst case scenario was they got to come to Austin and visit the in-laws, and no problem. They did this year after year after year. You remember Hurricane Katrina? They did the same thing. They left, they put their piano on blocks, they secured all the doors, did all that stuff that they did every single time before. Except this time they got out and they got to Austin in no time flat because they left 2 days before everybody else did. They left early, they had plenty of time, no problems. And you know what happened in Katrina. Everybody thought, well, we'll ride it out, no big deal. And it came back to really bite everybody. And then the next hurricanes that hit Houston, what happened? Everybody waited till the last second and got stuck on the highways, ran out of gas. People died in their cars on the highway trying to evacuate. All these stories that we're going to go over for wildfires, there's a lot of similarities. People waiting till the last minute to evacuate, not evacuating at all, getting stuck in traffic, running out of gas, unable to leave. The most important thing that we can go over today is to be ready to evacuate, be informed, and don't take a chance. Just leave. You'll have your basics, your emergency stuff, and get out with your life. So just recently, we were just talking about the smoke in Fredericksburg. That's a fairly small fire, a few thousand acres. It's not that huge of a deal. For those people out there, it's probably huge, but comparatively, it's not. You remember Bastrop 2011. That was the worst wildfire in Texas history as far as combining how many homes, 1,600 homes that were destroyed, 32,000 acres, 2 people died. And that's Texas. We haven't had that crazy wildfire like California and some other places have had, but we're still at the point where it can happen at any time. The LA fires in January, 29 people died in those. They didn't have the mass acreage, but they had 16,000 homes destroyed compared to Bastrop's 1,600. So that's going in the scope of how large that fire was and how devastating. Lahaina in Maui, just a couple of years ago, 2,000 buildings and 110 people were killed. That was the largest wildfire death count in one particular incident since. Can anybody name?
Chicago?
Chicago fire.